beautiful, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bettina and I'm the makeup enthusiast. In today's video, I am sharing with you my update, or my first update on my full face rolling project pan. This is my basket of products that I've been working on over the last month or so. I unfortunately don't have any finished products just yet, but I'm getting very, very close on some of these products and I'm very excited to share my progress with you that I've done over the last month or so. I'm tracking pretty well on some of these products and I'm very happy with that, given that we're only a couple of months into the year already. So if you want to see how I'm going on these products, then stay tuned. But before we get into the video, if you are new around here and you like watching project panning videos, make sure you subscribe down below. Let's jump on into it. As per usual, I'm going to follow my spreadsheet. Given that I don't have any finished products, I'm just going to follow the spreadsheet for today. Starting off, we have my primer, my Kryolan primer that I've been working on for a while now. I've only used 0.2 of a gram of this one. I don't love this primer, but it's very close to being finished. So for that reason, I'm persisting. I feel like this primer might be better for me in winter time. I just find, because it's like one of those silicone slippy type primers, when I use these in summer, I find that they almost like make my face sweat more. And I like where I put it, I just feel like it's really heavy. So I think I might find better progress with this one in the winter time, but I'm going to continue on and hopefully I can continue to like just make a little bit of progress every month. Next up, we have my foundations. So at the intro, I rotated both of these in. So this is the Il Makiage Work Up Like This foundation and the MAC Studio Radiance Face and Body Radiant Sheer Foundation. Why does the name of this foundation need to be so unnecessarily long? Now, it's currently sitting in an Ultraviolet Dream Screen tinted veil bottle, but it's actually the MAC Face and Body foundation in here because I depotted it into this one. I have used 1.61 grams of the MAC, but the level actually hasn't dropped. So it's sitting like at the very bottom of the line that I made last month. So I think next month we might be able to make a little itty bitty line just underneath it. But at the moment, I haven't made enough progress on it to really warrant marking a new line. With the Il Makiage, I have actually technically finished the bottle. So yesterday I decided I'd had enough of this pump like spattering and spurting the foundation everywhere. So I decided to scrape it all out, and I've actually deposited it into this little Clinique Moisture Surge moisturizer pot. So I've already mixed the two together. So this little pot contains the rest of this and a little bit of this in this pot here. There's actually, you know, a decent amount in here. I think that I could potentially get this one done by the next update. I thought I'd have it done already, but there was actually quite a lot of product still left in here after scraping it all out. So I want to say that there's maybe like 3 or 4 weeks worth of foundation in here. There's actually quite a lot of foundation in here. So this one currently weighs 27.78 grams. That's like the product including the packaging. So I'm going to keep track of that weight just because I'm not quite sure how long it will take to get through this, but that's what I've done with there. That's what I've done with that. Juvia's Place Concealer. This one is going to take forever. I've only used 0.55 of a gram of this one. There is 10 mils of product in here. It's going to take a very long time to get through this big old tube. When I finish up the Il Makiage, when I finish up what's in here, I'm going to start playing around with using this one as a foundation and mixing it with the Studio Radiance. So using it to like up the coverage of the Studio Radiance and vice versa. So I'm going to have a play around with that, but I want to make sure this one is finished first. For my powders, equally, I have made shit all progress. So my Glossier powder, this is a loose powder. This is like the level that we're sitting at. So we're sitting still over halfway. I use 0.87 of a gram of this one. There is 7.2 grams in this one. And then my Pat McGrath under eye powder, I used even less. I use 0.07 of a gram, and I don't think it looks any different than last month. So there's that. Eyeshadow primer, using my NARS Tinted Smudge Proof eyeshadow base. I haven't used as much of this one this month because I have been using my Laura Mercier Caviar stick that I have in my Partners in Cream as an eyeshadow base for the most part this month. So I only use 0.07 of a gram of this one. This one's going to take ages. There's lots of product in these. I think even when you take the stopper out of these, there's still a shit ton of product in there. Moving down further, brow products. Brow products always take so long to get through. So brow powder, I'm working on my Benefit Browsing, and I used 0.4 of a gram of this one, but I don't know if you can see here in the corner. I think that I will have this corner empty by the next update. So it's very shallow. I don't know if you can see, but the pan on like the powder is so incredibly deep. So this is going to take me most of the year, if not longer, to get through. So I'm just going to slowly be working away at it as I am. So once I use up this corner, I'll probably focus on this corner and work my way through it that way. I'm going to say like maybe like every 2 to 3 months, I might have like one more section of it cleaned out. I haven't touched this like brow cream side since I hit pan on it. I don't know if I will. I don't know. I need to have a play around with it a little bit more. But at the moment, I'm working on my brow fixer by, I was going to say Benefit. My brow fixer by Beauty Bay. I use 0.23 of a gram of this one. So I'm actually making good progress on this one. There's 5 ml of product in here. I don't know how many grams there is, but there's still lots of product coming out when I swirl the little brush around in it. So this one's going to be in for a while yet. And I always find brow products take me forever to get through. Moving on to lip products. Lip products, I feel like we've had a good mixture of progress on my lip products this month, and I'm kind of proud of how much progress I've made on all of them. Collectively, I have been distributing my time, I think, quite equally between them, so we're making progress. First up, we have my NARS lip balm. This is in Fast Lane. I've used 0.25 of a gram of this one. This is where we're sitting at. If you can see, I will insert a little photo of my tracking sheet. From my tracking sheet, I want to say I've used about maybe like 1/2 centimeter, maybe like 3/4 of a centimeter up on this one. So we're tracking pretty well. I think that it will be probably at least maybe another 3-4 months before I have this one finished. This actually, the lip balm, it's really nice. It's nice on the lips. I don't find it overly moisturizing. The color and like the feel on the lips is nice, but in terms of offering moisturization, I find it a little bit useless. But the bullet itself is quite firm as well. So it's taking me a little bit longer to get through than I expected. Given it's a lip balm, I thought it would have been like fly-through product, but it's actually a lot firmer than I anticipated. Then we have my L'Oreal lipstick in 630. This is the lipstick I've been wearing basically whenever I can. It's kind of like my go-to work lipstick at the moment. So I'm applying this like at least 5 days a week. I've used 0.18 of a gram of this one. And again, I think the level of progress on this one is probably about the same as the lip balm. I've used maybe about like 1/2 to a full centimeter on this one. Again, I don't know. This one's going to take a very long time. I think it'll probably take until the 6-month mark before I have this one finished, which I would like it to go a bit quicker than that because I have a few nudie type lipsticks that I wanted to get finished this year, but if it takes me 6 months, it takes me 6 months. It's fine. My lip gloss, this is the Fenty Gloss Bomb in Confetti. I haven't quite used enough again to warrant a mark. The product is sitting like right at the bottom of the mark. So I think next month I will be able to make a new mark, but at the moment I'm still happy with the progress. I would like to be using it a little bit more than I am, but progress is progress. I've used 0.16 of a gram of this one. So that's how that one's tracking. The next two products are the ones that I've made the most amount of progress on. First up is my Burmese Dream lip oil. I've used 0.71 of a gram of this one. And look at that progress. Look how much I've used. I'm so happy with how this product is so incredibly satisfying to track. That's where my new marking is. So I've used about like a centimeter of it. I want to say like 1.5 to 2 months, and this one will be completely finished. I really like these lip oils. They're actually really, really nice. And I've just been keeping this at work on my desk, and I apply it throughout the day. I keep it in my handbag and I apply it throughout the day as well. Really nice and nourishing on the lips. And like I said, incredibly satisfying to track the progress on this one. So there's that one. And then the last one is the product that I've made the most amount of progress on. That is my Lanolips Tinted Balm in Rhubarb. I've used 1.1 grams of this one. I'm not quite at the point where it's like completely clear, but I've used like a decent amount of it. That's kind of where we're sitting. That's where we're tracking. I don't often like to mark tubes like this with nail polish because I find it just flakes off because it's like a squeezy tube. It just comes off really easy. So I'm going to continue to track it, just weighing it. There is 12.5 grams of product in here. I've used 1.1 grams so far, so we're tracking pretty well. Keeping that average, it's going to take like 12 months to use up. Is that right? 12.5 grams? That doesn't seem right. 12.5 grams of product in here. That means the packaging's only, it must be 12.5 grams in total, including the packaging. I'm going to go with that because it doesn't seem, I don't know. That doesn't seem right. Anyway, so I'm going to continue to track this. I'm hopeful that maybe it might only take another maybe 3 or 4 months and we'll have this done because that's where it's sitting at the moment. So I think like maybe like 3 more months and I'll have it completely finished. Moving on down, we have my Franken blush. I'm very excited to share my progress with you on this one. I thought that this one was going to take me an eternity to hit pan on, but it hasn't. Look at that glorious, juicy little pan in there. Well, actually, it's not exactly little, is it? That glorious, ginormous pan in there. I think because this is one that I've frankened, it's like a mixture of a highlighter and a blush, and then I've also hand pressed it myself. It kicks up a lot when I use it, like when I put my brush in there, and my brush picks up quite a decent amount. So I think that's why I'm finding I'm getting through it quite quickly, because I hand pressed it. So I probably didn't press it as much as I should have, but it's helping me get through it. It's helping me use the product up. I'm using it. I'm not wasting it. Like, I will dip my brush in here, but find that it kicks up a lot, but stays in the pan. So then I might like apply it, and then for the other side, I will tap really lightly just to pick up like the loose flakes, if that makes sense. So that way I'm not just wasting it and it just going into the air and going everywhere. It's actually ending up on my face. So I'm hopeful that the next update we will have an even bigger, ginormous pan. But if I keep working on it like this, keeping this progress, I'm going to see this one done pretty quickly. Very happy with that. I've used 0.73 of a gram of that one. Skincare products. So I have 2 skincare products. Well, this is my skincare miscellaneous category. I've got 2 products in this category at the moment. The first one is the Mary Kay Pore Purifying Serum. I used 7.5 0.42 grams of this one. This one's getting very close to being finished. I think it's sitting down around here. So I'm very hopeful that I will have this one done by the next update or the one after. I wanted to have this one finished by the end of the first quarter of this year. But if that doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But in any event, I'm making very good progress on this and I'm very happy with that. The next one is one that I thought I made more progress on than I did. This is my Miscellaneous product. This is the High Smile Color Corrective Serum for your teeth. Now, I have been using this one a lot more than I normally do, and I've only used 3.52 grams of this one. I feel like at this rate, I've used this one maybe 4 times, and I've only used 3.52 grams. I kind of haven't quite figured this product out yet and how the packaging works. I thought it was an airless pump and it moved up, but it hasn't really changed at all. So I'm not quite sure whether this purple cylinder in here is the outside of the airless pump or whether inside the purple chamber is the airless pump. This one is going to take a very long time. I don't know how much product is in here. It's a 30-gram tube, but I don't know. Sorry, a 30 ml tube, not a 30-gram tube. God, if it was a 30-gram tube, it was so much easier to track. It's a 30 ml tube. I don't know. I'm hopeful that I can just get it done before the end of the year. That's my small little win if I can get it done by then. Nail polishes. I'm making very good progress, I feel, on my nail polishes. I think I'm very close to having one of these nail polishes finished. My Kester Black Miracle Base Coat is that nail polish. When I show you, I don't know whether you're going to be able to see, the product is like halfway between the word black. So there's only a really small amount of product left in here. I think if I painted my nails fresh again, maybe like 4 or 5 times, this one will be completely finished. And I used 0.64 grams of that one. My Holo Taco is sitting like pretty much halfway. I've used 0.48 of a gram of that one, so almost half a gram this month. And then my nail polish color, which is the Bodyography Morocco nail polish, I use 0.7 of a gram of this one. This one is sitting, I think it's still just a little bit above halfway at this rate. And I also rolled in my Secret Cuticle Oil. Again, this is one that is sitting just below, like just at the bottom of the marking line. I use 0.63 of a gram of this one. So we'll see. This one, like a little bit goes a long way. So it might take me a couple of months to get through. Probably like, I don't want to say it, but it's probably going to be like the 6 or 7 months before I have that one finished. My Sol de Janeiro Brazilian Crush Body Spray. I've used 11.92 grams of this one. This is how much progress I have made. So this one is still going to take another couple of months, probably 3 or 4 more months, and I'll have that one completely finished. But I'm very happy with the progress. In terms of my hair care items, I've made some great progress on some of these products. My KMS Flat Out Straightening Cream. This one is still hanging on, but I did use 5.16 grams of this one. I'm not quite sure whether, when I shine it up to the light, I think it's sitting like maybe down around here. So I am getting through it slowly, but it is hanging on for dear life. Then I have my It's a 10 Miracle Leave-In Treatment. 0.7 grams of this one is how much it dropped by. This one, I think the spray is clogged, so I don't know what I'm going to do with this one. I might have to tip it into another bottle and then maybe like mix it with some water or something to loosen it up a little bit. But last time I used it, it would not come out. So I am going to have to play around with this one, figure out a way to fix it. Davines Invisible Serum. This is like my texturizing kind of cream, curl cream that I'm using at the moment. I use 1.45 grams of this one. I think that's the usage that I did on my hair today. It is getting squirty though. Like when I squeeze it, it kind of like does the spitting, the camel spit. So this one's getting very close to being finished. It's sitting in total at 24.42 grams of total weight. I don't think there's 4 grams of product left in here. So I think we're getting very close. I want to say only a handful more uses and it will be completely finished. So I'm hopeful that I can get those uses done this month, and then we might have our first hair care item of the year finished. My dry shampoo, I rotated in the Living Proof Perfect Hair Day dry shampoo last month. I've used 10.46 grams of this one. This one's going to take me a while to get through. This one is still feeling like quite full, pretty much completely full. So I'll see. That one probably won't be starting to feel like I'm making really good progress for maybe like another 3 or 4 months. Bumble and Bumble Surf Spray. I've used 4.08 grams of this one. This one's starting to get really light. So I think that it's only a matter of weeks before this one's finished. And if I do continue to use this one consistently like I am, if I'm using it like 4 grams each time, it's only going to be like 1 or 2 updates and it will be finished. Last but not least is my Juice Stuck Up Hairspray. My scales say I've only used 0.03 of a gram of this one. I probably want to bet that it's actually scales that aren't being accurate, and I probably haven't used this one at all. So throwing myself under the bus there. I don't know if I mentioned this in my intro, but I am aiming to use up 100 samples again this year. In this project is where I track those samples. So far I've used 9 samples, so I'll quickly run through what they are in this project. Let me grab them out. So first off, we have a little perfume sample. This is the Floral Street Sweet Almond Blossom perfume. Didn't like that one. Not a fan of most of the Floral Street perfumes. I am not a fan of. Charlotte Tilbury Collagen Superfusion Facial Oil. That one's finished. I've had a couple of these samples now. La Roche-Posay and Thelios 50 plus SPF sunscreen sample. That was a nice little sample. Briogeo Don't Despair Repair Deep Conditioning Mask. This one's all right. I don't know if I would ever purchase this one because I feel like you always get them in Mecca Beauty Loop boxes. So if you just wait like 1 or 2 boxes, you probably end up getting a restock of it. Kiehl's Midnight Recovery Concentrate. This one, I popped the top off this one, and then when I put it away for the night, it must have fallen over. So most of this little sample I didn't get to use because it all leaked out the little top there, didn't it? Not a fan of that. Very unhappy I didn't get to use it. Kiehl's Rare Earth Deep Pore Cleansing Mask. I do like this little cleansing mask. It's a good one. Shiseido Wrinkle Smoothing Eye Cream. This one, is this the one? It had like quite a strong like skincare smell. You know that smell, like almost like that rosy smell they put in it. Innisfree Retinol Cica Repair Ampule. I also obviously used up the Clinique Moisture Surge 100-hour auto replenishing hydrator. That's how I ended up with this little packaging. And then last but not least was the Orbe Gold Lust Nourishing Hair Oil. I actually started this one last year, managed to get it finished this year. This little packet sample lasted me quite a while, especially because I don't put a lot of hair oil in my hair when I dry it. So it lasted a really decent amount of time. So that is my 9 samples that I used up. That's my update. I'm very hopeful that over like the next 1 to 2 updates, I have a lot of these products being finished. I feel like I am very close on a lot of products, especially those hair care items. I can feel it in my bones that I'm getting close to having them finished. Hopefully I can get that foundation finished by the next update. Cross your fingers, cross your toes, send me your good panning vibes. Let me know down in the comments if you've tried any of these products, your thoughts on them. What products have you managed to use up lately? Like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you're new around here and you want to keep up to date on future projects. That's it for this video, beautiful. I hope you're having a fantastic day and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye, beautiful.